Hello, my extraordinary friends. Welcome back to the second episode of this series. It's an absolute honor to share this incredible journey of discovery with you. Today, we're going to venture into a paradigm shift, recognizing that life in its fullest and most vibrant form transcends beyond a mere checklist of achievements. We're going to break free from the conventional definitions of success that society has ingrained in us. We're going to scrutinize the milestones that we've drawn in the sand. Are they truly stepping stones towards deep fulfillment or just transient pinnacles of fleeting glory? Together, we'll unveil the breathtaking potential of a life where goals are not just about personal gains, but are anchored in a purpose greater than ourselves, God's extraordinary plan for our lives. As we shift our sails towards a God-centered perspective, we'll unearth the infinite ways in which our personal ambitions can feed into something more grandiose, more significant. Now, before we dive headfirst into this electrifying exploration, here's a gentle reminder for our new friends joining this shared journey. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. By doing this, you'll stay updated with our series and other stimulating discussions. So, ready to set forth on this journey of revelation? Let's dive in. In the whirlwind of our fast-moving, outcome-focused world, we're constantly ensnared in the relentless spectacle of achievement. Take a moment and look around. Giant billboards glorifying victorious individuals, social media channels flooded with tales of seemingly instantaneous success, newspaper headlines boasting about the latest billionaire to join the exclusive club. The message resonates loudly and unmistakably. To win is to achieve, and to achieve is to validate your worth. Yet, let's hit the pause button on this relentless narrative and dive deep into introspection. Ask yourself this. Is my intrinsic value truly measured by the milestones I reach? Does my personal worth hinge on the promotions I attain, the wealth I accumulate, the awards and honors bestowed upon me? Does my sense of self-worth truly depend on the number of boxes I check off on my never-ending to-do list? A view where achievement isn't the sole determinant of worth, but one facet of a well-rounded life. A life where success isn't solely about the tangible gains, but also encompasses emotional health, spiritual growth, and the depth of our relationships. Let's strive to redefine success not by the world's standards, but as a harmonious interplay of our achievements, personal evolution, and spiritual journey. Your worth isn't just a summation of your accomplishments, it's a complex tapestry of your dreams, actions, personal growth, and the extraordinary spirit within you. Let's plunge into a timeless saying that resonates strongly in our current times. Don't mistake motion for progress. At its core, this profound insight reveals a crucial truth. Being perpetually busy, continuously on the move, does not necessarily equate to real progress or significant growth. It's similar to sprinting on a treadmill. Sure, there's a lot of action, but are you genuinely making headway? This, my friends, is a pitfall we often encounter when we're excessively consumed with goals and accomplishments. We get so tangled up in the hustle, so engrossed in the relentless pursuit of checking off items on our lists, that we risk missing the overarching narrative of our lives. We get caught up in the storm of tasks and objectives, and in doing so, we often lose sight of the deeper purpose and meaning behind these pursuits. Think about it this way. Imagine life as a sprawling, intricate puzzle. When we focus exclusively on achievements, it's as if we're trying to piece together this puzzle by zeroing in on individual pieces, without pausing to see the bigger picture. It's like attempting to understand the tale a novel tells by reading random sentences, devoid of their larger context. With an unyielding fixation on our goals, we may successfully place a piece into the puzzle, but does it contribute to the overall masterpiece we're aiming to construct? Does it align with the grand narrative we envision for our lives? Or are we merely inserting pieces without thought, without considering if they align with our broader life canvas? Only then can we truly discern where each piece belongs and why it holds significance. So let's remember, life isn't a sprint towards a finish line defined by the tally of our accomplishments. It's a purposeful voyage, a delicate dance between striving for our dreams and cherishing the journey, between reaching for the stars and staying rooted in the here and now. Now, let's traverse down an alternative route. What if, instead of starting with our own dreams and aspirations, we allowed God to guide us? What if, instead of letting our ambitions steer the ship, we relinquish the helm to God's divine plan for us? This, my friends, is the crux of adopting a God-centered perspective. In the vast, vibrant canvas of life, a God-centric perspective means we don't anchor our self-worth to our accomplishments, but instead tether it to our connection with God and our dedication to His divine plan. It's about acknowledging that our ultimate objective goes far beyond mere self-fulfillment through a string of achievements. Rather, it lies in magnifying God's glory through the lives we lead, and in serving others with the gifts and resources with which we've been entrusted. When we recalibrate our lens from a self-focus to a God-centric perspective, we begin to perceive our ambitions under a different light. Our aspirations cease to be mere milestones to attain, transforming instead into instruments serving a higher calling. Our triumphs morph from personal accolades to profound expressions of our faith, our obedience, and our love for God. The God-centric perspective redefines our understanding of success. Success isn't about scaling the heights of worldly acclaim anymore. Instead, it's about harmonizing with God's will. It's less about how many summits we claim, and more about the spiritual journey we embark on and the lives we impact along the way. Allow me to paint a picture for you of the transformational capacity of a God-centric perspective with a real-life account. A dear friend of mine springs to mind, a highly successful entrepreneur whose feats echo in business periodicals and success narratives. He had crafted a multitude of lofty goals, and one after another, he achieved them all. His business was flourishing, he held a high reputation in his field, and at first glance, he had it all: the acclaim, the financial prosperity, the sense of accomplishment. But during an unguarded moment over a cup of coffee, he confided something deeply personal. Despite scaling the zenith of what society defines as success, he said, "There's a hole that all my accolades and triumphs just can't fill." His confession was startling. From the outside looking in, it appeared as though he had everything anyone could dream of. In the ensuing weeks and months, he set off on a soul-searching expedition, delving deep into his achievements, his life, and the goals he had laid out for himself. He dissected his motivations behind his relentless quest for success and began questioning the purpose of his achievements. During this introspective journey, he stumbled upon a revelation. He had been so engrossed in his own ambitions, so absorbed in this self-conceived narrative of success, that he had inadvertently overlooked a critical element of his existence: his relationship with God. He had built a flourishing empire, but in doing so, he had drifted away from his spiritual grounding. So he made a choice to pivot. He decided to steer his focus from a self-centric to a God-centric perspective. He vowed to make God the bedrock of his life, including his entrepreneurial pursuits. With a pledge to a God-centered perspective, a remarkable transformation started to blossom in my friend's life. His business ceased to be just a vehicle for amassing wealth or a stage for personal accolades. Instead, it morphed into an instrument for a loftier purpose, a conduit to spread the love and grace of God to those around him. Every boardroom session, every deal negotiated, every decision he made started to be influenced by this new perspective. His career was no longer just about ascending the corporate ladder. Rather, his professional endeavors took on a richer meaning, turning into avenues to radiate God's love, to extend empathy, and to enact a positive influence on his employees, his clients, and his community at large. This perspective shift instilled in his life a purposefulness that no worldly triumph could bestow. He began perceiving his accomplishments not as personal medals for display, but as testaments to God's work within him and through him. His victories, in essence, became God's victories, platforms to amplify His grace, to bear witness to His goodness, and to share His love with others. My friend's narrative serves as an inspiring example of the profound metamorphosis a God-centric perspective can invoke. His transition from the chase of self-serving aims to the revelation of a God-centered purpose vividly illustrates the transformative power of aligning our aspirations with God's blueprint. A God-centered perspective propels us to rethink our gauge of success and accomplishment, inviting us to gaze upon our life through a broader, more encompassing lens. It illuminates the understanding that life is more than just an accumulation of personal victories. It's an intricate, stunning tapestry woven from threads of faith, threads of devotion to God, threads of service to our fellow beings, and threads of self-evolution. This perspective beckons us to transform our pursuit of success into a spiritual odyssey, where our endeavors are about more than just self-gratification. They're about glorifying God and serving others. In such a life, every goal realized, every landmark attained, assumes a new relevance. They're not merely personal triumphs, but opportunities to express God's love, to contribute to His master plan, to make a mark on His divine tapestry. That's the kind of life that pulsates with true worth and resonance. That's the kind of life that pieces together the perfect, complete puzzle. In our next episode, we'll delve deeper into this transformative concept, drawing on the timeless wisdom of Scripture as our compass. We'll especially explore the profound implications of Proverbs 16:3, which encourages us to commit to the Lord whatever you do. This journey is set to be enlightening, energizing, and deeply impactful. Thank you for joining us today, and we eagerly anticipate our next rendezvous. Keep the faith, my friends.